IDF international spokesperson Major Doron Spielman joins me. Good evening, sir. And are you hearing anything at all from Qatar about the fact that these three Hamas leaders who are worth $11 billion, while Palestinians have lived in squalor and now have been, now they're the subject of this war. Have you heard anything that Qatar has said about throwing them out or doing anything about having them there?
Thank you, first of all, for having me, Greta. What Qatar says is more on the political level, and what we're really listening to is the words of these three people that you're talking about, which, by the way, is symbolic of what is happening amongst all of Hamas. It's important to say, not only are their top leaders overseas living a life of luxury, this is set an example for their leaders on the ground. Their leaders on the ground, which is led by Yahya Sinwar, are also not with the Gazan people. They're not fighting in northern Gaza. They're not putting themselves at risk. They're sending all of their mid-level battalion commanders to clear up all the stuff, to fight the Israelis. They're hiding behind civilians, while Sinwar and all the other heads of Hamas, Greta, are deep underneath the ground, protected probably by our hostages. It's the same kind of detachment from the life of the Gazans.
You'd think that almost would mutiny against these people because they have now put them in the worst situation. Because look, it is plain to the world that Israel is not giving up. Israel intends to eliminate Hamas, and regrettably, there are going to be civilian Palestinian casualties. And you would think that there would almost be a mutiny against these leaders who have created this deplorable, and hateful situation.
We've actually started hearing the voices of the Gazan people. They've started to become a little more brave on social media, speaking against these leaders. Obviously, for the last 16 years, if you were caught saying anything against Hamas, you knew exactly what was going to happen to you. You were going to be taken up to the 10th floor of a building and thrown right over the edge. This happened to hundreds, if not thousands of people in Gaza. That was the punishment, only one of the punishments for speaking out against the regime. And we know Sinwar himself was known as the butcher of Khan Yunis because when he found anyone speaking against him or collaborator, they said he engaged in medieval torture methods. We can only imagine what that means. So the voices of these people have been silent, but we're hearing them.
Where is this $11 billion? It must be in some banking system or property someplace. I mean, where is this?
We can see it in their planes. We can see, they fly around on private planes. They live in fantastic mansions. Where is the money that Iran uses in the world? This is the other banking system, the one that doesn't necessarily follow, the United States channels, which is funneling terror funds. And it's in the exact same area. These funds are whitewashed and put into terror networks, the same type of money that is going out to Hezbollah, to the Houthis in Yemen. And it's important to say, where did this come from? They didn't make this money by manufacturing cars. They made this money, Greta, by siphoning off the international aid. All those billions of dollars that was paid in international aid for the Gazans, that is now that $11 billion that you're talking about.
It's just terrible, disgraceful. Major Doron Spielman, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Greta.